Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. Welcome to your reading. We are going to look at November, December, and January. We're going to look at each month separately. Take a look at thoughts, feelings, and suggested action. I'll pull cards for each one for everything. We're going to clarify everything here. So I do want to kind of let you know some stuff that's going on when I'm getting out the cards here. So we have on the 18th. So actually maybe tomorrow, I think this is coming out on the 17th. We have the Sun conjunct Mars, so it's a reset of Mars. And so this is a 2-year cycle, and it's in Scorpio. And so the themes of Scorpio are being reset in your life, where Mars is in your chart is being reset. And so it's about passion and vitality and death and taxes and other people's money. So it could have something to do with credits and stuff. So where these things come up in your life are going through a 2-year reset cycle. Just something to kind of pay attention to. On the 26th of November, we have Mercury moving into shadow, getting ready to retrograde. So it's moving into shadow. In Sagittarius, it's going to get into up to 8 degrees of Capricorn before it retrogrades. So retrograde starts around the 13th of December, completes its retrograde on the 30th, but doesn't get out of the shadow until like, I don't know, like the 20th or something like that of January. So over the holiday season, travel things could definitely come to into it. Wow, we have a lot going on here. So just something to keep in mind. Make sure that you book as early as you can, that you double check and make sure everything is cool. You know, kind of stay on top of that program, okay? So here we go. Let's take a look at this. So for November, in your thoughts, we have the Devil. This Devil card is super fascinating. He kind of looks like the Magician. It's like he's got a table there and everything he needs is on the table. And behind him, there's a wheat field that's ready to be harvested. It's the shadow. Okay. So Pisces, in the heart space, you have the Justice card. But I really want you to look at this Justice card. It is like you are going into your shadow self. It's like you're trying to help yourself to break free of maybe the control of somebody. Man, that dude there, he feels very pentacles. Like he's got all this stuff. Where's the book for this? Oh, here it is. I want to know what the author wrote about it, because this is Book of Shadows 1, and it's a little different than your typical stuff. So I'd like to see what it is that she's saying about that Devil card there. Why does it go up to the Hangman and then stop? Oh. Kind of a silly way is this thing set up. Okay. The first of 3 harvest festivals, the Lammas, recognizes the sacrifice of the Oak King. Oh, I told you, it felt like pentacles. Okay. The Oak King to feed the earth. The Howley King begins his reign as the father and protector. Oh, so the Oak King would really be more like a wand. Oh, he's carrying a staff. there's a sacrifice. The Holly King begins his reign as the father and protector of thankfulness for the first harvest, represented symbolically by the loaves of bread and acknowledging that everything has a price, are important aspects of the holiday. While pagans are grateful for the harvest, they know that it comes with a price, the eventual death of the god and of the coming darkness. At the end of the growing season draws closer. Wow, so perfect for November, really. There is an air of celebration and wild abandon. Games are played, wagers are made, bread and beer are enjoyed. The devil card is often associated with the god Pan, and hence it's an appropriate match for this holiday, although the beverage of choice is more often made of grain than grapes. There is almost an eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die sensibility. There is utter enjoyment without thinking about putting anything by for the future. I'm going to grab the thing, but I feel like it needs to be a sense of practicality and that you should be doing a little more planning, because the energy of what suggested action is we have the page of air, right? So that would be doing a little research and figuring things out. Oh, wow, we have the loving woman. This is about receiving. There is an ending of a cycle, a celebration of the harvest, and receiving something from it. Pisces, it might be that you are just really looking forward to the holiday season. It feels very simple like that, which is funny because it comes from such a complicated card. But it's the change of seasons. It's the recognizing the end of one cycle and moving into another. So it could be the end of a cycle in your life, or it could simply be the holiday season is approaching, right? And so there's this energy around recognizing what has been gained, but there's a price to be paid, right? So there is a price to be paid. So if, for instance, you want to go home for the holidays, you gotta pay to travel, right? Or you have to take time off of work. You might lose some money that way. If this is about the completion of a cycle, in order to set yourself free from a situation that you don't really enjoy anymore, there is so say it's a breakup of a relationship. It is, excuse me, it is the division of assets, right? If it is this loving woman energy, though, this is about being open to receiving. It's very receptive energy. It is about being open to receiving. And I almost feel like the price that is being paid isn't necessarily being paid by you, Pisces. It's almost like in order for, could be severance pay, right? Like they have to fulfill the contract. Or I want another something, because this is very confusing, and I don't want to just toss the cards back because I feel like there's a message here and I'm just not getting it. So I have a Pisces moon. I really want to get this message. So I'm just going to sit here and hang in there with me while we figure this out, because it might be that I have to move forward and then maybe come back. You have windfall of abundance. Thank you. Okay, so focus on your priorities and ask for your needs to be met. All right, so there's an end of a cycle. So maybe you sold a business, or there, Scorpio energy. Maybe you're receiving an inheritance. There was a price to be paid, right? But be open to receiving whatever's coming in. So you are receiving something, or you're thinking about receiving something in some way or the other. But a cycle had to end in order for you to be able to get it. So it wasn't, this windfall of abundance isn't coming from isn't coming from the beginning of something. It's coming from the conclusion of something. It's a harvesting energy. Then let's look in this heart space. Oh, okay. So this is the reaching out. So this is the mirror itself. We have love. I am wonderful. So it says, I am wonderful. I receive and give love today and always. And so there's almost this that looks like the karmic trench. It's almost as though pulling yourself up out of the karmic trench, right? This is where you set yourself free from situations where you don't believe in yourself and you don't believe you can give and receive love freely, and then you move into a cycle where that is what is happening. Very interesting. So that love, because it's in the heart space, I feel mostly this is about self-love. When you love yourself, you have plenty of love to give to your significant other. I feel like this has to do with self-love, because this definitely looks like the same person, and it looks like reaching into, right, we can't save anybody, we save ourselves. And so I feel like you are pulling yourself up out of what seemed like a difficult situation, and you're doing it with love. And be open to receiving. Some end of some cycle is bringing forward a lot of abundance. So focus on your priorities, right? So make sure that this windfall of abundance that's coming in, though, it just can't be squandered, right? I feel like there can't be squandered, because the Devil card seems like you could waste your money easily, blow it all on a big party or something. So maybe you won the lotto, right? And then you take the big payout. And so I'll give you an example. Somebody here in Michigan just won $1 million on a scratch off, and they took the big payout, which was only $350,000. So they gave away all that. They could have been getting like $33,000 annually, but I don't know. I mean, in 10 years, you've won, right? I mean, you're about even, and you make that to the 11th year, and now you're on the other side of that. But anyway, and they were young enough too. But anyways, that 350,000 can go really, really fast, right? You buy a house and the money's gone. So there's something about receiving a big amount of money, or it feels like money, right? Receiving a big gift, a big inheritance, a big something. And there is a need to be judicious in what you do with that opportunity. So make some plans, right? You get a bonus at work. Make some plans. Don't spend all your money in one place. I just heard that. Don't spend your money all in one place, right? So ask for your needs to be met, that this windfall comes in an amount that works for you, but you're going to have to focus on your priorities. You can't just, so if you are somebody who seems to have money flow in and flow out super easily, right? That can happen. And you've got Saturn in your sign right now, and Saturn's about what structure and self-discipline, right? And so I feel like if you aren't disciplined in how you manage your resources, then they will disappear just as quickly as they came. And so that's something to be really cautious of. So you have this maiden of air. That's the researcher. That's the one who investigates. That's the one who gets the information. And being a page, a maiden, she doesn't know. She's going to need to find somebody who does know. Right? I mean, there's an innocence, a novice energy to this. And so there is a need. And look, we have a page here and a page here. So there's a very new beginning kind of energy happening here. And another page. In all of the actions here, for the next 3 months, there's nothing but pages. Nothing but pages here. Why can't you see these cards? Okay, so nothing but pages going on. And another page here. 4 pages. And so this is a new situation where you need more information, where you're going to have to, and this one right here is also a page of swords. Daughter of Swords here, Maiden of Air here. Okay, so there is this need to get the information, but when it shows up in the heart spaces, once you get the information, what resonates in your heart. So over December, I think there's going to be a little bit of what really connects in. So a need to almost like sit on this, to love yourself enough to make really good plans for what it is you're going to do with this. So here we have the fiduciary. It's about money. Fiduciary, but it's not a fiduciary. It says fiducity, whatever. The reason I know what this is because of a song from Mary Poppins. So there you go. It has to do with banking. And we have rain. And look at how lush everything is. And so I do feel like there is a sudden influx of financial resources coming in. What are you going to do with it? How do you manage that? Right? Saturn says, manage your resources well, or I'll take them away from you. But if you manage them well, they will be there to support you. And it is all about that. That Saturn is consequences for your actions, right? And consequences isn't a bad word. Consequences simply means energy in, energy out. Everything has an equal and opposite energetic thing that goes back. Newton's law, right? And so here, there's a harvest, there's a sacrifice. So it feels like a big windfall of some sort coming in. It could be that, so if you're an entrepreneur, you get a big order. Use your resources well. Don't just think, oh, well, that means that I'm always going to be getting these. Or say you're a YouTuber, right? And all of a sudden you have a video that just goes crazy and you get you double your subscribers. But you can't really count on that happening every time, right? And so what are you going to do with your new subscribers? How are you going to be able to take care of them, right? You have new clients come in and you got to take care of this stuff. So there's a nurturing. It's being open to receiving, but then there's a nurturing in order to bring yourself forward, because we have the card of the East, which is a new beginning. So you have a lot of new energy. We have the East, the new beginning. We have a bunch of a flood of some kind of a resource that, if not actual money, becomes money, right? And so there's a need to do your research to know how to use this, to be able to make your way through this. And so here in December, we get this Four of Swords energy. There is a need to kind of rest. I think you might have trouble sleeping because you got a lot on your mind, and so maybe a little meditation to bring yourself down. In the evening, it might be helpful to turn off the really bright lights. About an hour or so, turn off the computer, the tablet, all the blue lights, right? Or get them on that. I can't stand watching the computer with the orange light over it, but it does help to shut off. There's actually your optical, the light that comes in affects the brain, and so it does keep you up. You have new beginnings. Look, something very new, right? 4 pages. The East says beginning. We have new beginning here, and there is a need, though, to spend some time thinking about this. Like there's a planning energy, but there feels like there's very careful consideration that needs to be made before you take your next step. There is an ending that brings this beginning. It always goes like that. And I think for some of you, this is really hard. It might be that you get an insurance payout because your car got wrecked or something, right? There's a, I don't want you to worry. That's not what my point is. My point is, I don't think I feel like it's already happened. But there's definitely a sacrifice that led to this. And a sacrifice, there's a loss to get to the gain. There's a loss to get to the gain. So we have the House of Flowers. So here in the heart space, we have this wisdom of the owl coming in. And so I feel like your intuition, connecting in with your intuition to help you to navigate all the information that you receive. And then we have the House of Flowers that comes with it. And the House of Flowers says, out of the small white house, on the top of a hill burst flowers, full of life and rich in colors. It is like an explosion. The two ladies walking by look tiny in comparison to the giant falling leaves. They enjoy the enormity of nature, the power of its diversity, but even a single bloom in a vase can transform a space, each petal a world unto itself. Is a world of creation. This card signals love for life in this moment, full of energy, beauty, and joy. I like how optimistic this energy is. So whatever it is that had to be completed, sacrificed, it might be a sacrifice of your time, right? Maybe you put a lot of time and energy into something and now it's finally bearing fruit. This is about counting the blessings. This is about seeing what it is. This is about recognizing that you were able to pull yourself up out of a situation. I feel like you should really honor that in the hard work that you did, that you created this new beginning. And then we go to this Daughter of Cups here. This little swan that represents there was a transformation is looking at the rainbow. So there's a healing of a situation. But she's small, right? So it's a new transformation in your life that is happening. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. I think there's a recognition of yourself and then what you've accomplished. For those of you who are saying, I didn't get a windfall, make sure you ask for what you need now. Divine timing might be different for you. There is a need to ask for what you want in order to make it rain. There's a need to really believe in yourself. Because the danger is in not believing in yourself. For those of you in a relationship, you may be, okay, for those of you who have already signaled or been signaled the end of a relationship, okay, this is not telling you this is going to happen. You would already know about it. Like it would already be going on. This is nothing. No, this is not news to you. Okay. So if that's not your story, that's not your story, right? Whatever this is here, you already know about it. Whatever the ending of something is, This is on your mind, which means you already are aware of it. It's not something that suddenly happens out of nowhere. It might have last month with that eclipse, possible. But right now, you're already aware of it. So before you start stressing out about doom and gloom, whatever is going on, you're already aware of what was sacrificed. So I don't want you sitting here being worried about what's going to happen over the next 3 months. That's not it. This is how to deal with the situation that you are already aware of. Something that has already completed its cycle. It's something is already ending. The harvesting is already happening. There's already an awareness of it. Okay, that is really important to remember. And so now it's about accepting the situation. You're accepting it. And there's all this new beginning energy. You can't have all this new beginning energy. If you didn't know about this, we would be looking at 9s and 10s. But we have all of the pages in these new beginnings. So this is really, really important to understand. Okay? Because the last thing I want is anybody worried unnecessarily that life is not supposed to be lived that way. So there is an awareness, and there's a need to start counting the blessings along the way, and there is a need to get your ducks in an order, and there's a need to kind of look at how you can prioritize things. I think that's really important to remember. Now, again, Mercury in retrograde doesn't clear its shadow to the end of January, and so things are going to be slow and delayed, and things are going to kind of go back and forth, and there's going to be a lot of, exes come back. There's a little reminiscing. There's a little energy around that, right? And so I do think it's important that you are aware of what is your priorities, and so establish them for yourself now. Where are your boundaries? When Saturn is in your sign, he says, hey, let's create some healthy boundaries, and then let's play by those rules, and let's pay attention to what we're doing here so we can create the dream. Neptune in your sign. And Neptune currently, well, by the end of January, should be stationed direct. We have Uranus stationing direct at the end of January, and then all the planets are moving forward. And so as things are starting to get into this forward motion energy by the end of January, getting yourself really clear on your vision becomes important, because here in January we have this 5 of Cups, this feeling left out energy that's going on here, and in your heart you have this transformative energy of the Death card, and here we have this house is on fire, and the lady next door is trying to sell her house. No, the house isn't on fire. Oh my gosh. No, there's a volcano that has erupted, and everybody's evacuating, and this lady's trying to sell her house. Yeah, it's unfortunate that you didn't sell your house before that happened, right? So, so in your heart, you're feeling like something is a loss, and I want to say nothing is ever wasted. We've always able to learn and grow, and I really encourage you, Pisces, not to drown in your thoughts, but instead to stay focused on what it is you're trying to manifest and create moving forward with all these pages, all these new beginnings. Accept the situation for what it is, and that Mercury in retrograde is going to be messing with you a little bit. And don't let the lower vibrational energies win. Choose to stay in the high vibrational energies. Choose to stay in the positive forward thinking. Choose to understand the sun is going to rise tomorrow, and it will be the dawn of a new day. And when Saturn is in your sign, Saturn supports you and in ways that feel a little uncomfortable at times, but honestly, when you play by the rules of Saturn, you win. And so Saturn says, go the distance. This is moving forward energy. It is a jaguar that's moving so fast that the little spots are coming off as he reaches the finish line. Don't give up on yourself. Don't let, I know. Whew. So I have a lot of water in my chart. I have Cancer, everything just about in this Pisces moon. And when I go through the holidays are so freaking hard for me. They're so hard. There's so many reasons. There's so much loss that I've had. There's so much, right? I do not have that that warm home, family, whatever stuff, holiday season. That has not happened in my life for over a decade. Okay? I get it. So what I do at the holidays, when I'm doing this one, I do something. I find something that I want to do for me. I don't sit and I wallow. I throw myself into a project, or I go do something, or I visit friends, or I find a way to keep myself busy because it's healthier. I go the distance. I understand that the holiday season sucks, but I also recognize that there's a finite end to it, and God, do I look forward to January 1st. Okay? So I really want to invite you to take care of your energy, to see that this is maybe going to be a difficult time. What can you do to help yourself, right? To not get caught in the torrential downpour of your own emotions. Been there. And listen, when that moment comes, right, and it's too much, then I will have the little cry. It lasts about 5 minutes, and then I tell myself, that's it, I'm done. I have a friend who, she has a corner of her house where when things are really bad, she goes into that corner, she sits down on the floor, and she just cries it out. She goes, I don't know, just cries it out. And then she gets up, she steps over the spot where she was crying it out. She goes, I get over it and I move on. And she literally does this in a very physical way and also with intention. And so maybe you need to be able to do something like that. If it helps, you should certainly do that. Is that it? And so choose for yourself how you're going to manage. Believe in yourself, accept the situation for it is, and embrace the opportunity of this new beginning. Because now you get to choose who you're going to become from here, what you're going to do. So whether this was the loss of a relationship, a job, a house, a car, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it's very much, it's messing with your emotions. I can feel that energy so strongly. So whatever this is, this ending that you have to let go of, it almost feels like it was something that you saw coming and you think, I should have gotten out sooner, right? It doesn't matter because you're getting out now. It's whatever this is, right? So you have find your own sacred flow. Find what works for you. Find a way to flow forward. Find a way to keep moving. I love how it's the same color really as this jaguar's energy here, this desert, right? Move forward. Because you can't go back. Whatever this is, you can't go back. And then I love this. You have this card, this green healing card here in the heart space. And it says, choose who you are becoming. And you have like like one of those old road signs there, right? Choose your direction. Choose your direction. Choose who you're becoming. Choose in the heart. This situation is done, whatever this is. It's something new. And you know, it might not necessarily be a really, really bad thing. So, so for instance, here on this channel, I'm making some changes. I'm going to have to let go of some stuff I've been doing that I really love doing. So something has to be sacrificed in order for me to move forward, and I'm going to miss some of it. And so it's a disappointment for me, but it's okay because it needs to be done. And so I accept the situation as is, I'm excited about what's next. You know, so that is a really small thing. This feels bigger than that. But not all of you are going through that either. So this is why we always check out our sun, moon, and rising, so we find where the message for you is coming. But for those of you who are suffering through some sort of a loss, and I feel like the loss has already happened. This is not a pending loss. You're already aware of it. The advice from Spirit. You have the Lovers. What's super interesting about this is this house is for sale, and the whole town looks like it's on fire or volcanoes erupted or something, right? And it's wintertime there. And here, the Lovers, the choice, choose who you're becoming. They're about to buy a new house. That house is for sale and they're moving toward it. Visualize what direction you're moving in, right? Let that thing go. Go toward this. And with it comes, you have the 8 of chalices, the 8 of cups. But what's interesting is she's doing her research. And she is keeping herself busy as she's dealing with letting go of emotional energy. And instead, she's being very practical, studying something, learning something, all this page energy of the needing to know more. She's getting into the research to figure out what her next steps are. Here we have this page of wands. This page of wands is covered in salamanders, which means she's totally protected on her new adventure. Look at all that green of healing and growth. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles, finding the balance. Finding the balance, giving and receiving in balance. And so this is something that you can do. This is, embrace this new opportunity, learn something new, do something new. You know, go on I had a friend who went through a terrible breakup. And she was turning 50, so she booked a cruise. She booked herself onto a singles cruise and went and just had a good time. Like, it was something new and different, and, you know, there's no reason to not try something new, visit something new. If you're trying to keep everything as it was, that might hurt too much. So maybe try something a little new with all this new energy here. You have the Fairy. Fairy says energy, manifestation, and play. I shine my light with playfulness and pleasure, right? The Page of Wands is all about playfulness. You have all these pages. This is your chance to start something new, to really connect with some new kind of energy. It would help you to come out of your head and into your body. What practices could help you to play, to laugh, and to welcome the healing energies that are naturally attracted to your joyful spirit. Consider adding dance, music, singing, meditation, and time in nature to your life. Be and share the light within you. The Mother Earth will support you with opportunities and the grace needed to fulfill your sacred destiny. There is no need to grasp or hold on. Let go and trust in what is meant for you. Something is passing out of your way to create the space for where you should be going. So choose to move in the direction that feels like joy, that feels like happiness, that excites you, that, you know, that Mars moving into its new cycle in this passionate energy of and vitality of Scorpio energy. What excites you? What lights you up? What do you find interesting? Go chase that down. Go explore that. Go learn a little something new about it, and stay flexible and be willing to shift directions as you go, but keep moving forward. Be willing to go the distance. I shine my light with playfulness and pleasure. That's a lot, Pisces. I feel like you're going through a difficult time. But you're protected and being redirected towards something that is so much healthier and happier for you. Don't get caught up in the misery, right? Pull yourself up out of it, okay? is really important. All right. So I will be back on this channel. I'm going to do a year ahead for you, and then I'll be back on this channel after my hiatus toward the end of January. So if you're still watching, you should certainly subscribe and hit the notification bell. There will be some changes to the channel, so come and check those out and see what you think. I'm going to stay on Facebook, and I do personal readings. So the information for the personal readings is in the description box below. So is the link to the Facebook group. So come on over. I do daily astrology, and we pull cards over there, and just stay connected that way, okay? Stay connected with something, someone, something new, and let go of what needs to be let go of, and point yourself into the direction of happiness. All right, Pisces, you guys take really good care of yourselves. I'll see you back here again next week for the year ahead look. All right, talk to you soon.